So, how the first letter was written, part 2. And in the previous video, part 1, we have discussed about a family of three members, Tegumai, Taffy, and Teshumai. Now, what happened? One day they went to catch carp fish to Wagai river, and accidentally Tegumai has broke the spear. He mended the spear because he could not bring the extra spear from the house. And suddenly, what happened? A stranger man appeared there. That man was from Tiwara. Tiwara is a tribe. Now, uh, as Taffy and her family member was not able to understand, read and write, was not able to read and write, so Taffy started scratching something on birch bark, and he was trying to show where actually they stay. So now, after that, she said, first I'll draw daddy fishing. It is not very like him, but mummy will know because I have drawn his spear all broken. So she said that I have drawn the picture of broken spear. Well, now I'll draw other spear that he wants, and I'll draw another spear, the extra spear that my dad wants, the black handled spear. It looks as if it was sticking in daddy's back, but that's because the shark toe slipped, and this piece of bark is not big enough. That's the spear I want you to fetch. So I will draw a picture of me, myself, explaining to you. My hair does not stand up like I have drawn, but it is easier to draw that way. Now I'll draw you. I think you are very nice, really, but I can't make you pretty in this picture, so you must not be offended. Offended means offended. So are you offended? So she's asking, like, okay, I have drawn you not very beautifully, but okay, don't feel offended. But the stranger man, as he was a Tiwara, smiled, and he thought there must be a big battle going to be fought somewhere. The way she has drawn the picture, it appears that the big battle is going to be fought somewhere. And this extraordinary child who takes my magic shark tooth but who does not swell up or burst. In the part 1 video, we already read that someone told that a stranger man that if anybody will touch that necklace, that man or the woman will burst. But this child, as he was thinking that she is an extraordinary child because she has taken my shark tooth and she has not burst. So she was thinking that this extraordinary child who takes my magic shark tooth but who does not swell up or burst is telling me to call all the great chief tribe to help him. He is a great chief, or he would have noticed me. Look, said Taffy, drawing very hard and rather scratchily. Now I have drawn you, and I have put the spear that daddy wants into your hand, just to remind you that you are to bring it. Now I'll show you how to find my mummy's living address. You go along till you come to two trees. Those are trees. And there you go over a hill. That's the hill. Then you come into a beaver swamp all full of beavers. I have not put in all the beavers because I can't draw beavers, but I have drawn their heads, and that is all you will see of them when you cross the swamp. Mind you, you don't fall in. So even little girl Taffy has given a warning, like, okay, just cross that beaver swamp with a proper care. Then our cave is just beyond the beaver swamp. It is not as high as the hills really, but I can't draw things very small. That is my mummy outside, and she is beautiful. She is the most beautifulest mummy there ever was, but she won't be offended when she sees I have drawn her so plain. She will be pleased. Say that she won't be offended When she sees that I have drawn her so plain, she will be pleased of me because I can't draw. Now she said that okay, she will be more happy because I do not know how to read and write, but I can draw. Now, in case I forget, I have drawn the spear that daddy wants outside our cave. It is inside really, but you show the picture to my mommy and she will give it to you. I have made her folding up her hands because I know she will be so pleased to see you. And she has also explained that after seeing you, my mom will be far more happy. Isn't it a beautiful picture? And do you quite understand, or shall I explain again? So she said that okay, should I explain this again or have you understood? But the stranger man, as he was a Tiwara, looked at the picture and nodded very hard. So he just nodded. The stranger man just nodded. And he said to himself, if I do not fetch this great chief tribe to help him, he will be slain by his enemies. It means he will be killed by his enemies who are coming up on all sides with spears. Now I see why the great chief pretended not to notice me. So then he started thinking that why this man is pretending like to not to notice me. He feared that his enemies were hiding in the bushes and would see him. Therefore he turned to me his back and let the wise and wonderful child draw the terrible picture, showing me his difficulties. Now the Taffy, as maybe that this family is in a problem, so this man, this noble chief, this great chief, pretending to not to notice me, and this little girl is trying to show me the problem. So I will away and get help for him from his tribe. He did not even ask Taffy the road, but raced off into the bushes like the wind. So he didn't ask anything from the Taffy and he just raced off into the bushes with the birch bark in his hand, and the Taffy sat down more pleased. Now, when he raced off, the stranger man raced off into the bushes. Taffy sat down and she was more pleased. Now, this is the picture that Taffy had drawn for him. What have you been doing, Taffy? Said Tegumai. Then Tegumai asked, what have you been doing? Now, he had mended his spear and was carefully waving it to and fro. So, in the meantime, when Taffy was scratching a picture on the bush bark, in the meantime, Tegumai already mended the spear. So it is little bee arrangement of my own, Daddy Tear, said Taffy. Bee arrangement means imaginary thought. If you won't ask me a question, you know all about it in a little time. So Taffy said, okay, don't worry. Within a few minutes that you will get a surprise. So she said that you will be surprised. You don't know how surprised you will be, Daddy. Promise you will be surprised. Then she said like, okay, Daddy, you just promise me that you, after knowing all those things, you will be surprised. Very well, said Tegumai and went on fishing. After that, he went on fishing as he has already mended his spear. And now, the stranger man, did you know he was a Tiwara, hurried with the picture and ran for some miles till quite by accident. He found Teshumai Tewindrow at the door of a cave. So by accident, as he was not knowing where exactly the location was, but accidentally he found Teshumai Tewindrow house. So at the door of a cave, talking to some neolithic ladies had come into a primitive lunch, and Teshumai was talking with other ladies. Now, Taffy was like Teshumai, especially about the upper part of the face and the eyes. So the stranger man, always a pure Tiwara, smiled politely and handed Teshumai birchbark. So the stranger man started comparing the Taffy little girl with the Teshumai. And what he found, the upper part of the face and the eyes are almost similar. So he had just handed over the drawing, right, of the bird on the birch bark, handed over that thing to Teshumai. And he had run hard, so he had panted. He was breathing very heavily, and his legs were scratched with brambles. Brambles means wild prickly bushes. But he still tried to be polite, and he was trying to be more polite. As soon as Teshumai saw the picture, she screamed like anything. But after seeing the picture, Teshumai started screaming and flew at the stranger man. The other Neolithic ladies at once knocked him down and sat on him in a long line of 6, while Teshumai pulled his hair, and Teshumai started pulling his hair, the stranger's man's hair. So it is as plain as the nose on the stranger's man's face, she said. He has stuck my Tegumai all full of spears and frightened poor Taffy so that the hair stands all on one end. Now, see why this happened? Because the way Taffy has drawn the picture. And not content with that, he brings me a horrid picture of how it was done. Look, she showed the picture to all the Neolithic ladies sitting patiently on the stranger man. Here is my Tegumai with his arm broken. Here is a spear sticking into his back. Here is a man with the spear ready to throw. Here is another man throwing a spear from the cave. And here a whole pack of people. They were Taffy's beavers really, but they did look rather like people coming up behind Tegumai. Isn't it shocking? Right? So the picture, the way Taffy has drawn the picture, it was assumed what she has assumed that okay, this man has attacked Tegumai, right? This man has attacked Tegumai, and my daughter was completely scared. So that was completely odd thing for her. So that is why she has attacked on the stranger man, right? And that is so in the meantime, after this thing, what happened suddenly? Tegumai appeared there. So she was completely shocked. Hey, what this, right? So Tegumai appeared there with a carfish. Tegumai and Taffy, they both were coming from the backside, and they catch a carfish. So they enjoyed the dinner, right? So Rudyard Kipling adapted from how the first letter was written. So that was the story. So in this story, what we have read, that okay, it is very important to understand how to read and how to write. Otherwise, you cannot communicate properly. That's the end of this chapter. Thank you so much.